Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another great episode of Culture Junkies Live. I'm your host, Kenshiro, episode 224. Today, we're going to be talking about wacky cartoon shows that we all loved back in the 80s. The majority of us on this panel are 80s babies. We might have a couple of that are 90s babies, but the 80s was the height of pop culture, and they had a lot of really weird shit that they used to pass off on children. So we're going to talk about that and a bunch of other really cool stuff. But before I get too far ahead of myself, in front of me is Mr. GQ. To the right of me is the great Dadakuji. And remote, we got Super Nerd Plus and Fallen Marvel. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what is up, everybody?
Super Nerd
Here as usual.
Shout out to all my nerdites.
You said shouts out to the nerdies?
I guess. Shout out to the nerdies. The nerdites.
For the nerdies.
All right, cool.
Run the gamut. Look, I'm wearing the belt.
Nobody knew how to
like
take
a big boy pants on.
Y'all slipping, cuz.
Yeah, let's move the show along. Let's move the show along, just like that. Thank you very much, producer. Appreciate that. So on today's Run the Gamut, we got a couple of really cool things. GQ's got one, but I got another one. So they love bringing stuff back, and now it's Ren and Stimpy's turn. So apparently Ren and Stimpy are going to be coming back to the airwaves. I forget who's going to be doing it. Was it I don't think it's MTV. It's some other network. I don't know who it is, but
do we need another one though?
No,
this is what I'm saying. Like this is the second time they brought Ren and Stimpy back. And
The second time was horrible.
The second time the first time they brought it back, it was terrible. But now they're bringing it back again because I mean we don't never get enough of any raunchy humor or anything like that. But the kind of the stigma of the creator being kind of like a pedophile and stuff like that is still hanging over it. So
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Rick and Morty already took over Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, there you go. Huh? What?
Hold on. You said the creator's a young pedo?
Yes.
I didn't know
Yes,
these
this
guys-
is
Real?
very well documented. My man is a pedo.
Did not know
Oh,
that.
man. He's a Japan.
Today
He a
years
Geppetto,
old, I
bro.
just found this out. Like,
He's the Geppetto?
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Put it
Damn.
this way. Only thing good about Ren and Stimpy is powdered toast, man. That's it.
Powder toast man.
Right.
Well, what about
Besides that-
the horse dude? No sir, I don't like it.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
good,
like
but a powdered toast man was
See-
actually funny episode.
but
the rest
you
of
know
the
what?
episode is like, yeah.
but you know what? The horse guy, like, now that y'all say that, like, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like, after
How
the
so?
whole rubber walrus thing. Like, after the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
rubber
Oh,
walrus.
yeah, when he says, he was like, call the police.
That was
Yeah, that doesn't hold up too well now.
Like I said, powdered toast man was the only thing that I could even tolerate from that show. Everything else is like, okay.
I mean,
Powder Toast Man was great.
I'm not. You got to remember, I'm a little bit older than y'all. Stuff like that did not appeal to me after a while. It was just like, okay,
Right.
this came too late for me.
Right.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. But you had something you want to bring up. What came out today?
Well, one of the things was the Street Fighter Summer announcement. They're bringing back Dan, Oro, Rose, and they're adding Akira from Rival Schools. But the other thing that I thought was interesting was
I'm hyped for that.
I just want rival schools.
that Marvel Avengers on Sony's platform is getting Spider-Man, and nobody else is
Yep.
getting Spider-Man.
And people are all pissed about it. Like
what
why
did you
is this-
expect?
Big man.
Sony
man.
owns the rights
Big
to that
man.
character. So
That's what I'm saying. What
it's
y'all
kind of a
mad about?
no-brainer.
Yeah,
Right.
It's like,
a
look,
power play.
here's the thing. Here's the thing what people get confused about. Okay, listen. When it comes to Spider-Man and that particular Marvel made this deal with Sony exclusively. So this is something that Marvel already okayed for Sony to do.
Yeah,
So
they get the
and even
right to
then,
first
and even on
refusal.
top of it, and even on top of that, Xbox has been doing this for how long? And y'all get all pissy because now Sony's doing it.
Right.
Well, what
one
have they
game.
done it with that?
that was right. That was
because
worth
let's be
Spider-Man's level.
let's be
Come on
real.
now.
Even though the Xbox 360 has a Mortal Kombat 9 that calls itself Complete Edition, it ain't the Complete Edition because
Yeah.
you ain't got no Kratos.
Nope, no Kratos in that one.
So
Right.
yeah,
No,
I
they
have no
got
problem.
Banjo-Kazooie and Sonic and Racers.
Wow.
And they didn't have Banjo-Kazooie in the other one. So
Yeah.
Like-
that's their
Like
exclusive.
you
it's
go.
nothing new, people. It's nothing new.
Yeah, it's not new. It doesn't bother me because, I mean, even though I'm going to buy both systems,
I'm getting
when
that
I
game for
get it,
Sony.
I'm getting it for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like in the for Avengers having the beta, the exclusive beta is this week. So
Yep.
I'm buying that
That Friday.
pre-order. I'm playing that game this Friday. Watch the Twitch. We're gonna be doing it. Telling you, we're gonna be doing it. What?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out how to return.
Oh, I thought he was
Doom
getting mad that I'm
64.
getting ready to Twitch to go on Twitch over
I'm trying to figure.
Man,
I mean,
look.
I bought Doom 64 for the PC. Now, mind you, because Doom should be on the PC because it was $2.50, right?
Right.
So I was like, but I kind of want it on the Switch.
I thought you don't like Doom.
I never said I don't like Doom. I can stomach it a little bit. I can play like 3 levels, feel sick, and then come back to it like a month later.
You got to twitch that just for the
I might do
hilarity.
it.
Yeah, rural factor.
Just think about it. But then I don't know if I see. It's $2.50. I could just buy it again for the Switch.
Exactly. Just buy it again.
Did you have
Wait,
anything?
yeah.
It was
No, the
something,
new
but
one,
I
right?
totally
You
forgot about it.
What? What's that, Super Nerd?
So the new Doom, right? The one just came out.
No,
last
no,
year.
Doom
no,
64. Doom 64 was an
my God.
exclusive to the Nintendo 64 forever, and then they decided to re-release it. I think it's on the PlayStation 4. It's on the Switch. It's on PC for the first
So
time ever
basically-
being on something else.
Yep.
So basically, you're playing what's that dumbass game called? Oh yeah, Minecraft all over again. Other than
Now, I don't quite understand the reference, buddy.
Oh, because it's all blocky.
No, Doom 64 does not look like Doom. Doom 64 came out with friggin' CG sprites and friggin' a lot of weapons, it was different. It doesn't look the same as the other one. So
John P. Doom Eternal got some great reviews.
It
yeah,
is,
when
but that's
it's
not the
when
same
it's
game.
$5, I'll get it.
Exactly. What's
Yeah.
up to John P. in the chat? Also, Wolverine Salad X. I saw you over there in the chat as well.
Yeah.
What's up to y'all?
What's up to y'all? So, Fallen Super Nerd, was there anything that you got for Running Gamut today?
Actually, just really quick, some news just broke.
Oh, really?
Candyman remakes, continuation. Nia DaCosta has apparently signed on to direct Captain Marvel 2.
Really?
Oh. Nice.
Yes. So
Really?
that just broke.
Okay. That's cool.
That'd be
All
interesting.
right.
All right, Super Nerd. How about you?
Well, I work at the airport, so all the people who fly Spirit, it's not called Sprint, it's called Spirit. So that's my anger. When you ask me questions, do I work here? Yes, I work here. I have the badge on. I'm not staying here for my health. It's black and yellow.
Okay.
Dude, that might be dumb to you. The dumbest thing that I've ever had people ask me while I'm sitting back in my job, and you know where I work, where I slang them drugs, and I had an old person walk in through the whole entire building, all the way to my area, and ask me, stuck her head inside the room that we're in, and then
Please tell me, did she didn't say, do you work here?
no, she asked us if we're open.
Wait. Got into the building.
Into the building, walked all the way across the whole entire building,
Right.
into our area where I work, in the little room that I'm trapped in there for eight hours.
Right.
Stuck her head in there. Are you guys open?
See, here's the problem, because I used to work for that same company. A-hole me would have been like, no, how did you get in
No,
here?
I did say that, dude.
Okay.
I said no.
No,
I literally did. I walked away.
I would have been like, how did you get in here? Like, hold on up.
I need you to get out of the store right now.
No. I would have been like, what
Security?
you like? Hold on, who gave you a key? Like, hold on, you gotta come over to the office and figure out who gave you this key.
Yeah.
I would have messed with her.
Security.
Yeah.
Security.
Yeah, I always ask myself. I just
Yeah. Security.
Well,
Security.
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on. We're going to go to talking about some of the big news from the past couple of days. Kind of controversial.
oh
It
yeah.
is Random Fandom.
Sample merchandise.
Sure, whatever. Sample merchandise. That's fine. Hey, so today's big deal is, well, how much can you stretch $30? Like, what can you get for $30 that's like worth your time?
I can get 6 games maybe
6 games for $30.
if they're $5 each.
What can you get for $30?
I mean, a lot. Look at the luxury stuff I got back here.
Okay,
That's all $30?
Yeah, some of that I'm
No,
sure
it's not.
probably
That's a
total
lie.
$30, but some of it probably total $30.
I could
right?
put I could get the non-refundable deposit put down on the Sideshow collectibles thing.
Okay. That can get you something that you would own, that you would basically last for a long
you
time,
already
right?
know.
All right, cool.
I put money on.
I could feed the house with $30.
Okay, feed the house for
Man,
$30.
that's
You
I
get
ain't gonna be all responsible.
I'm
one
a
responsible.
responsible nerd, man. That's my
I would
whole
feed
MO.
the house.
Listen,
Youngest person
No,
on the
$30
chat.
to get you.
He's gonna be the responsible one, right? All right. So anyway, so the big
this is
deal
what
is
$30
that
can get you.
right.
All right, what you
So
got?
what you got?
No, I said $30 get you a couple of slabs of ribs, And
he ain't lying though.
baked beans.
Hey, he ain't lying though. He ain't lying though. Anyway, so the big deal is that Disney Plus has finally decided to release Mulan online on Disney Plus exclusively. I mean, that doesn't really come as much of a surprise now, but they're going to make you pay $30. You can keep it. Well, initially they said it was only going to be a rental. Then the next day after the backlash, they say, "Oh no! You can keep it as long as you got your Disney Plus subscription."
So they're PlayStation Plus in it.
So basically, so not only do you get an inferior quality product from the 4K Blu-ray that eventually will be coming out, but you have to pay. You have to keep your Disney Plus subscription in order to keep watching this film. So I have so many issues with this thing. And Megashawn's arguments aside, this is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea in a couple of different ways, but I'll let somebody else go.
Yeah.
Well, what I want to say real quick, it does sound like extremely bad idea, everybody out there, but they have to make money somehow. And just because they made the movie, the way I see it, they made the movie and people want to get paid because I don't think Disney freaking funded the whole thing because I don't think that's how things work anymore.
No, I understand.
So if they wait till next year, they still got a big debt this year. So they're trying to make something back regardless of that. But it is kind of nuts that it's $30 friggin' on top of your Disney Plus.
Yes.
And you got to stay with Disney Plus to continue to watch it all over and over again. That is kind of ridiculous. But on that whole thing about being inferior, I'm not really sure because I do know. No. Let me say Netflix does stream 4K video. So if Netflix does, pretty sure Disney can stream 4K.
That's not the point though. The point is that even with 4K streaming, there is compression on a disc. You do not have compression.
Well, that's true.
You do not have audio quality issues either.
Not only that, you don't have on a screen. You don't have extras.
Right. You don't have. You don't. Well, Disney Plus
does do extras. They have extras.
I'll give them that. They do. They like all the Star. Well,
so let me ask
not all the Star Wars. I was getting ready to get caught, but not all the Star Wars have the extras on it. But they do some extras. Go ahead, Super Nerd. What were you gonna say?
So you saying that? You said compressing on discs would be worse. So, because I know Disney Plus got 4K, so if they drop it to 4K on there, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, go ahead, man. Explain it for me, please.
What he's saying is the streaming is not going to hold the candle to the disc quality. Is what he's
correct.
Never has.
I mean,
never will.
That's a given.
Right.
So, but my thing for it is that like it sucks, but I mean the new situation with you keep it as long as you have Disney Plus. I mean that makes it more of an incentive. And I mean, considering that you have families with kids, you know, like a little bit older kids who have Disney Plus, who have been watching or whatever, that's a plus for them. And, you know, and it's once again, it's, you know, they have to try to recoup some of the money that they spent on making this movie. And personally, I kind of hate it for like the folks involved because I really feel like the route they were going with this movie would have made it something memorable to some degree because like they were going a more serious route with it. It's not like all the, you know, the extra stuff, the animated one, but
right
as it comes to this, I mean, look, folks can either like, look, y'all want to have a watch party, charge $5 a head if y'all comfortable enough having somebody come by or whatever the case may be. But I mean, deep down, aside from that, it's like I want to be able to support the movie because I feel that, you know, there's got to, you know, just to help the production. Like honestly, to help the production, it's like the folks involved, like this sucks for them because they put their time and energy to make this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
It totally does.
But the thing is, we have the bootleggers out there, and you know how that goes with that Fire Stick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even beside that, right? I want to support the movie. I ain't doing it at $30, man. I'm sorry. Like $30, I'm going out and getting the 4K Blu-ray. You know, you feel me? And I don't have to pay $10 a month just to keep watching it. Yeah, I got it forever.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this: you think they should, like, instead of just dropping it on the streaming service, straight put it on 4K just to recoup the money?
They could do that too.
Double the price up.
No,
you cannot do
that.
I mean, double the price.
No,
I'm just saying that's you think they would do that. I'm not saying that they should do that. I'm just saying for the fact that to recoup, get them millions and billions of dollars.
They'll get more money off of just selling the Blu-ray straight up. They don't need to up the price.
Yeah.
They would.
Because it's again, as was said in our Facebook group, people are starving for new movies and new content.
Right.
What's up to Harold over there in the YouTube chat? He's saying Disney knows that they said this would not be a regular practice.
Right, because they ain't stupid.
Right.
Well, again,
Right.
and what people are failing to realize, they're still releasing it in select theaters.
Yes, they are.
So
Overseas.
they are never going to truly go, oh, we're just going to do
Pure
VOD
Like
for
full,
it's like
right.
that would be a waste of money. Like you
Right.
can't spend, especially for this movie, probably upwards to close to $200 million to make this movie and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna show it on home screens. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point of even going out and filming the thing if you're not gonna show it on the big screen? So that's
It's just kind of just rough because like at this point it's just like, hey, Disney's hands was tied with this stuff, and it's like a lot of stuff have been pushed back. Like we still wonder like what WB's move is going to be at this point because Tenet's been pushed indefinitely.
Tenet, Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman is still right,
October
and
now.
that's still slated for that. And the thing is,
Gosh.
we still don't know if things are going to clear up by then. So it's like
Right.
I don't know, like,
But things ain't
like
clear.
that might end up on
On HBO Max, bro. No, man.
Yeah, Gypsy over there said Disney missed out on $1.4 billion last quarter.
And I get it.
But not here's the thing. That's not just because of releases. That's because of parks.
The parks too. Yeah.
The part,
Yeah.
Disney is in a different situation than all the rest of the other studios because they own parks.
Right.
They should have a whole bunch of money in the goddamn bank.
They
man.
do.
They do, but they're
Bunch of
bleeding.
money.
But
They
they're
do,
bleeding
but
money.
Yeah.
They're bleeding
They got
money.
they,
Or
they
they
got
get it back because money
they
compounds.
got money from the
billion bank.
coronavirus cure.
What's that?
Y'all know that? Y'all know they got extortion money. They got money for the coronavirus
Here
cure.
we go.
I'm just saying. Disney is your Lord and Savior.
Yeah. Oh, but see, okay. So, if Disney really was smart about this, right? They wouldn't be charging you $30. I could see 15, maybe 20 at
Why?
the most.
Here's what you got to understand about Disney. They know people are going to pay it.
They do. They know some people are going to pay. You're right. No, you're right.
Let's be real. They created artificial demand every time they put a film in the vault. Said it's going into the vault, and it's your last chance to buy it, knowing full well 5 years later they're about to re-release it again. So there's people out there, and again, it's people that have kids mainly are going to be the ones downloading this movie and paying the $30 or whatever. Because again, we've known people that have bought Trolls multiple times to watch it.
Yeah.
When it was a $20 per rental.
They want to keep their kids.
So that's what I'm saying. So again, they know what they're doing. It's just
They
to
probably
me.
spent like $80 in 1 month,
Bro.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
man, I'm not doing
again,
that.
it comes
Hey,
down
on
to
the real?
Yes, on the real.
But here's the thing: as much money as that is for one household to do, that would have been one theater night,
Right.
multiple times in a theater. So
Right.
again, the real money is still in the theater, regardless of how many people think that streaming for movies is the future, which it is in certain extents. But bigger releases, these studios are not trying to spend all that money just to make basically possibly break even on the home front.
Right.
They want billions out of these things, not 100 million or whatever.
Right.
It's just like it costs that much to make.
Because it is very simple math, right? It's very simple math. You got $30 for an entire household versus $10 per person in that house
Not
going
only
to the
that,
theater.
30
one time.
Yeah, not only that, the rate.
One time.
It's a one time.
It's one time.
literally now that you like you said, because letting you keep it for however long you have your membership takes away that repeat viewing rental thing. So now it's literally okay. You can make $30 here, $30 here, $30 versus taking that family to the theater. Okay, we about to pull possibly 150 out of this family. 150 out of the next one, 100 out of this one. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
Hold on, this is how you figure this out. How many?
Fuck them kids. I would have told them it was Ferngully and the Trolls.
Okay, no, do your thing, but fuck them kids. I hear you, right? So you said this is families with young kids, right? But no, but check it out, right? Here's the problem. Here's the real problem. They own Disney Plus, right? They say they want to see Mulan. Is the animated Mulan not on Disney Plus right now?
It is on there.
Dragon.
Pretty sure it's on there, but hold on.
And it's got a dragon.
So if Now, mind you, not everybody's probably going to plunk down to $30 to watch Mulan.
Right.
Probably not.
Because I'm not going to. It's
Right, I'm not
that-
either.
I'll wait till I can just watch it because I've never been a big Mulan fan. It came out when I was not really watching Disney movies, and I
Right.
just watched it recently within the last few years. But there's 60.5 million users of Disney Plus. That's probably paid subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Shout out
if
to
you would
the
even
right
say a third of that does at $30, they're making quite a bit of money.
But they're not making enough.
Yeah.
They're making quite a bit.
But they're not enough.
They're not making enough.
I know, and I know that's $1 billion movie in the theater, most definitely. But
Well,
Especially
I
in
wouldn't say
China.
that. Yeah. Maybe not. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not. It's $1 billion movie. But here's what I do know.
That movie
right?
was going to make $1 billion, dude. That
Okay,
a
okay.
live
I'm pretty
action,
sure it would
a
have.
live action Mulan
They're
And there's-
okay.
released
And there's
in
a lot-
China.
there's
That
a
thing
lot-
would have busted.
Okay,
that
yeah,
thing would have
yeah,
busted
yeah.
an
There's a lot
end
of
game in
legends
like billion on the first day.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay. All right.
I'd have told them kids it was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
There you go. All right, King
That's
Kim
the
says it's going
line.
to start with 30, a view on streaming, then the quality of the films are going to drop. Next thing you know, we're going to be getting 90s Xena, Hercules, Hallmark looking versions of live action. And he's 100% right. Y'all have to understand, you do not spend that much money to break even.
Yo.
That's like could you imagine they spent all that money to make Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. They're like, okay, yeah, we're going to release this on demand.
No.
You know how
No,
ridiculous
man,
that would be?
Yeah. No.
They
man,
would
that
have
don't make no sense.
held out for that one. Like
Right.
I would have told them to hold out. Like,
Right.
yo, I'd be like,
You
no,
bet
I
not.
am not watching this on no freaking regular
Right.
size TV.
You bet not. Come on, man. You bet not. Anyway.
there we go.
So yeah, I you can get a lot of things for $30. Mulan ain't it for me, man. I'm sorry. That's just a complete non-starter. Especially when, tell me, is Mulan not going to end up on Disney Plus, the regular streaming channel, anyway at some point
Yep.
over the course of the next year?
By this
Come
time
on,
next
man.
year.
By this time next year, it's going to be there anyway, man. So
Exactly.
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
Basically, what it is, it's the people that are hardwired into
Right.
digital movies only, and they don't have a physical library to go to and pick stuff up and grab and put in and play.
You poor unfortunate souls that do not have a
Hey.
Blu-ray player. I don't know.
Hey.
You better get with the program. Anyway, y'all, we got a lot of fun coming up right now in the main event. So let's get to it because it's going to be a blast. The main event. All right. So out of all of us here, I'm an 80s baby. He's an 80s baby. You're
I was
late
born
80s?
in 1980.
Okay.
So that means
So
I
you're
was.
an 80s
I'm
baby.
technically a
Yeah,
70s
you're so.
baby.
I'm same
Well-
here. Same here. Technically.
Well,
I'm
technically,
70s.
when you're a baby at that time, because
Uh-huh.
like I became conscious when I was 3 years old, meaning I remember shit from 3 years old on forward. And so, yeah, it's crazy. I do.
What is
And
that?
huh?
Huh?
Hey,
Who the fuck?
hey,
I
I
don't
remember
know
things from when I was
exactly.
3 as well,
Yeah,
dude.
me
So-
too.
3 years old.
Yeah,
forward.
I mean, come on.
So like when I was 3 years
Shit.
old, I remember watching The Wizard of Oz, and for a long time I thought that movie was all in black and white because we had a black and white TV at the time. So I thought the whole thing was in black and white.
Right.
And then I was like, this movie was in color?
Right.
I was like, holy shit, when I saw it later in life. I was like, oh, it's fucking crazy.
Okay, so we're getting
But
off,
just
yeah.
getting into that saying, I was
Okay,
raised in the
you're-
80s.
all right,
I was
all
a
right,
teenager
all
in the 90s.
All right, so basically, we loved a lot of the cartoons as kids, but looking back on them now, those cartoons were weird as fuck, man. They really were.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but some of the ones that we actually did kind of like were just weird. It just makes you think your adult brain really kind of messes you up. So we're actually with you, the viewer, and you're gonna be in the chat. We're gonna watch watch some clips of cartoons, and we're gonna talk about them. Some of the wackiest cartoons that we remember from back in the day. Hit it. Let's get the first one. So this one wasn't necessarily weird.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so I guess kind of.
It's wacky. Why does wrestlers have a freaking TV show?
Well, they have a TV show. They have a TV show that's been on for a long time now.
No, I mean I'm talking about a cartoon, I should say, rather.
Because Hulk Hogan was the kid's
John
hero.
Cena
Superman.
didn't get a freaking
Hey,
cartoon.
man,
Cena's a
Hulk
different
Hogan's
hero.
head look like a spider spun from a
They
web.
just trying to sell freaking toys. That's all it is.
You have to understand.
To be fair,
You have to understand.
be fair, with John Cena's era, they've been having like a cohesive partnership. Kind of
Yeah, it's a love-hate for John Cena. Hulk Hogan was loved by all.
He was.
Even though most people don't know he was a heel when he started.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and that was the other thing I was reading about this show is like a lot of kids were loving it and the producers loved that, you know, the wrestlers were on there, but the bad guys and that were bad guys in the show turned face in the middle of the show being on. So it was like confusing. You know, all right, so switch it out. So let's talk about Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. So you had Hulk Hogan as like manning the hero hero wrestlers.
Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant,
Junkyard Dog,
Andre the Giant.
Lou Albano.
was it
Captain Lou was a heel.
Was a heel. Oh, what about Hillbilly Jim?
Hillbilly Jim was always a face.
What about Big John Studd?
If he showed up, he was always a heel.
He was always a heel. Yeah.
Roddy Piper, of course, was a heel.
Coco Beware was he in it?
Yeah.
No, Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog was in it.
Yeah.
One black guy.
It's one black quota.
Yeah. So the heels were led by Roddy Piper. You had Iron Sheik. You had Nikolai Volkov. You had did I see Mr. Fuji?
Probably.
I thought I saw Mr. Fuji.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So and I forget who was another heel that was on the show.
They probably switched him in and out.
Yeah, but the show was just weird. Hulk Hogan and his face wrestlers were a rock band. A rock band. Yeah. Like what?
Vince McMahon was throwing it on the wall, seeing what stuck, man. I think Jake the Snake was on. He
Especially
probably
during
would have
that
been here
time,
too.
like
Like King Takeem said.
Yeah. And then the other things, like, you know, what would have made it cool is if the wrestlers were voicing the characters.
Oh hell,
but they
no.
weren't.
They
weren't.
Man, they didn't have time.
They were too busy.
They
were too busy. So Hulk Hogan was voiced by Brad Garrett, who you know from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
That dude.
Wow.
That dude's been a voice actor for a very long
yes.
time, man.
Yeah, he has.
He's
And
been
then-
That cigarette voice he got.
yeah, and of course you would know who Junkyard Dog was voiced by, the late great James Avery.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, late great James Avery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wow,
Wolverine
I did
Solid
not
X when
know
Ice
that.
Cream Truck came, though. Them WWF Ice Cream Bars. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't get one of those.
You've never had one?
You never had a what?
Didn't say I never had one. I said I didn't get those because I liked the strawberry shortcake and the friggin' chocolatey Clairs
And that's
more.
fair. That's fair.
I've eaten one of those, and they were just.
No, I got you. There was a party store. The one that basically up the street from my house is the one that I would always get the WWF bars from.
Yeah.
It was off of 9 and Telegraph.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ice Cream Truck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
they in the chat they said that Fabulous Moolah was a heel on the show.
Yes,
She was on
yes,
there?
she was. Yes, she was.
Wow,
Yes,
I
she
need to
was.
watch that now.
I think Wendy Richter.
Wendy
was on
Richter
there, too.
was on there as well. Yeah.
Because she was a heel in real life, like not even
Oh
in
yeah,
wrestling.
she was
Dude.
devious.
Real
Yes,
life.
man. We need to talk about
God,
that
She
at
was
some
devious.
point.
But we go.
Yeah, let's go back
matter
to
of fact,
the-
Wolverine Solid X in the chat. Once you get a chance to come on, we're gonna do a show about wrestling. So we're
Yeah.
gonna bring that brother into the studio.
All right, so let's
Hey, Kwame over there, EJLB and
bet. So let's
Appreciate that.
let's go to the next one that we're gonna watch. It kind of started a little bit, but
Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, y'all know what it is.
The hell is this?
It's pole position, bruh. Oh yeah, you was too young. You was too young.
Oh yeah, I was too young.
Yeah, you was too
Sorry.
young
for
for
that?
pole position.
Every time I think of pole position, I think of that Nintendo game.
So do
Well,
I.
it is based off of the Namco game,
The Namco
Namco,
Yeah, the arcade game.
who created Pac-Man and also Tekken and Ridge Racer. This right there is
Wow.
pole position.
Hannibal Omega's right. Hubert was a weird ass cartoon.
Hubert was weird, bro.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was a fucking weirdo any game way.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
All I know is that qualifying track was an ass, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I forgot about Police Academy.
No, we didn't.
No, I forgot about
Oh, you
Police
did?
Academy.
I remember that.
I remember it after he mentioned it because I was like, that's another rated R movie that they made a TV show out of.
Well, it was rated R at first, and the ones that came later became PG-13.
Yeah, I know, but that first one, bro.
Of course, without a doubt.
Switch. All right, so the deal with pole position was much like every other show in the 80s back then. It was all about crime fighting, especially
yeah.
when you had a vehicle.
Yeah.
It was all about crime fighting.
Team crime
So
fighting.
it was team crime fighting. So you had a brother and sister team with their. I don't even know would you call it a lemur cat? What would you call that?
Here's my thing. This is what I disliked about a lot of the 80s cartoons. You always had to have some stupid animal sidekick.
Snarf.
Yeah.
It's like get rid of the animals.
Yeah.
They don't
Not
talk.
Snarf.
They don't serve a purpose outside of
Orko.
brain. Outside of brain on Inspector Gadget, no animal ever served a purpose.
Brain never talked
or
though.
Cringer.
That was the
But
thing.
brain got stuff done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Brain-
saying.
Brain
The
was
ones that
not
talk were annoying. Brain was not.
Brain was
Like
not.
Brain
Cringer
legit
was,
that got shit done.
Cringer until he turned into Battle Cat. When he became
I think
Battle Cat.
Orko was the snarf of that series.
Oh,
Oh,
Orko
no
definitely
question.
But he was
that
an
a
animal.
star.
No question. No question. No question. No
I heard
question.
that Orko's race though is like super powerful and dark.
He's
and
just like the he's just the eyeball.
outcast. Because remember his uncle came through
Yeah.
or whatever, had that gray beard.
Yeah.
And they turned him evil. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
This might actually be kind of interesting. Like, y'all leave him on the show.
Right.
Kill off Orko.
So anyway, a lot of people were saying like they thought pole position was Mask, and you're not terribly wrong because they did have transforming cars.
Yeah, the intro had that same semi truck
Yep.
coming
Yeah,
through.
very
Like,
similar.
wait a minute.
And I think it was animated by Tokyo Movie
Probably.
Shinsha, which did a lot of really cool shit back in the 80s, man.
Yeah, they did.
Tokyo Movie Shinsha, if you didn't know, animated Akira. They animated, I think, with Sunrise, the first G1 Transformers. I think at least the intro or something like
They
that.
did the intro,
Yeah.
and then I forgot who came back and did Call of the Primitives, because Call of the Primitives looked completely different than every other episode in the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
wow.
That would be
Yeah.
that'd be getting into a whole other rabbit hole.
All right, bet. So let's get. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, I think Kwame takes a little bit issue. That he says respect Orko. Snarf was the non-Orko of Thundercats.
Snarf was the non-Orko.
Orko.
Okay, hold on.
That's what he's-
Let's get into this for a second. What was so special? What was so great about Orko? I have to hear this one.
Right.
Because Orko was pointless to me.
He was.
Yeah, he's just you know what he was? He was a black man trying to hide from everybody else that wasn't black. That's why he had a scarf on and
Is that
all
what
that
it
good
was?
shit.
Is that what it was,
He had
man?
he had that
Listen,
annoying
we call it
music.
hello.
He did. Yeah,
He was a
did.
brother. He was a brother.
No,
That's-
man.
that's-
No, man. I
so-
ain't claiming
nah,
him.
nah,
I
yeah.
ain't claiming him. Sorry, man. Sorry, man.
He doesn't.
We do not claim him. We do not claim Orko.
No honorary claim for Orko.
No
I
honorary
guess.
members.
Right, the
No.
members of the black delegation get rid of Orko.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna go ahead
Immediately.
and take the sorceress and Tila.
Yeah, immediately. All right, so the
That
next.
he was that crackhead cousin.
Right. All right, so the next cartoon is.
Oh goodness, here we go.
This
Now
one's
see,
so funny, bro.
now see, turning a
shit.
rated R movie into a kids TV show. How in the hell did they ever think this was going to work?
Dude,
Hey.
I don't know if this was the first one that did it.
Robocop.
No, I think Rambo was probably the first one.
Rambo
No,
was
Robo-
one.
I think
They were around the
they
same
were around the
time.
same time. They were around the same time. All
this-
right, so switch it back. Switch
When
it
did
back real
Police
fast.
Academy
All right,
come
so the thing with Robocop was super violent, right? Killing everywhere.
RoboCop was almost an X-rated movie.
Yes.
if not for a couple
They
of
said,
cuts.
dude,
Right.
they said that the
Right.
original cut was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they had to cut it down just to get it to an R.
And then all of a sudden, because you want to sell toys, you got to turn this into a cartoon show.
That was the
cartoon
80s.
show.
That was the
That was
80s.
Man,
like
like
an 88.
Supernet said a long time ago, fueled by cocaine and
toy sales?
Toy sales.
Yep.
Listen,
The
it was a
80s was
cartoon.
the 80s was the wild west when it came to what they marketed
was.
us.
Like,
and
come
stuff,
on,
dude.
man.
It's just like it's funny because like TV shows got more flack because I guess because they were more accessible than the movies. So it's like even when like kids caught on to like these movies or whatever, oh, let's market them to kids now. It's just like you look back
Yeah,
on it, it was
okay,
like dude,
so-
this movie was nowhere near for kids.
So RoboCop, as a cop for RoboCop, he couldn't shoot nobody, and Lewis was like trying so freaking hard to date this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Wow.
it was all weird. Like all of it was just weird.
He's basically Wolverine in the X-Men cartoon. He just shoot inanimate objects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like let's say you shoot a brick wall and it falls on the bad guy type of shit.
Yeah, and of course, they had to sell the toys. They had to give him like a bunch of different vehicles and armaments
course.
and stuff like that.
I ain't gonna lie, I had him.
Of course,
I think I had a couple of RoboCop toys as well.
Shout out to the
if I remember
RoboCop car.
Of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
hilarious.
King Takeem says I blocked this one out. I only remember the secret agent version of RoboCop, which is obviously RoboCop Alpha Protocol, which was the Alpha Commando. I'm sorry, not Alpha Protocol. Alpha Commando.
That I don't remember.
Alpha
the
Commando
Alpha
came out
Commando
like in
one.
the early
2000s.
No,
Yeah.
it says
Like-
1988 on this right here.
Well, Hand of
No,
Omega.
that's the animated series. I'm talking Alpha Commando was the one that came out in 2000.
Yeah, that was the
No, I'm
newer
just saying-
cartoon.
Well, Hand of Omega says in my head there was a slight difference between Saturday morning cartoons and the weekday after school cartoons.
Alpha Commando
Oh,
was
yeah, fact.
1988.
That's
No,
what it
wrong.
says.
No, that's
they
wrong.
they got to be
That's
wrong,
wrong.
man.
Yeah,
Because
Alpha
the
Commando
one-
was like
Crusader.
2000.
Yeah, the Alpha Commando came out in 2000 something.
Yeah. So wherever side he's at.
Now,
he
John
is
P.
wrong.
brings up an interesting point. G.I. Joe could only use lasers, no bullets, but
Right.
Looney Tunes use bullets and
Right.
guns like nothing.
Show did, but they were made in an earlier era, but still. They
Well,
didn't even censor it back
They
then,
were
right?
still on TV.
Oh, no.
Right.
They was like, look,
I
this was still
love-
back when blackface was still in the cartoons. This was
Bro,
before they edited
yes,
those out.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
it was.
So,
Tom's owner was like the mammy stereotype, you know.
Mhm.
Oh,
From
yeah.
Tom and Jerry, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was another
I
one.
hated Tom and Jerry.
Right.
No, Tom and Jerry, like the best stuff is when Jerry's cousins would show up.
Yeah, especially,
Jerry had- his
especially the
cousins-
one with bowler hat.
Yes, sir. The dude with the bowler
The one
hat
with the
was,
bowler hat
bowler
was
hat was the
raw.
deal. And then that one that would come in and was just singing the whole time.
Yeah,
like, dude.
dude.
Like
Oh,
Jerry's
Uncle
cousins were
Pecos.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cousin Muscles and Uncle
Yeah.
Pecos, man. That was they both of them was about that action, really. Because remember, like Uncle
Right.
Pecos was like he was all about playing that guitar,
Right,
no
he
matter
be playing
what.
the
They
guitar,
was
and as soon as he gets stuck, like I remember he
Got another
broke that
guitar string
string.
on
He
you?
broke that string,
Oh.
went right over the time, like
Snatched it out of
confiscate,
his
yeah.
face.
strung it back up, was like,
I'm
all right, we good. I'm like, dude, this
Yeah.
dude does not care.
Hardcore, yeah.
Like
Hey,
both of them were
of them
like,
was about that action.
they need a show about those two guys.
Hey,
Like,
well, they're gonna have they're making a Tom and Jerry movie. I can't remember if it's gonna be partially live action. You know, it probably will be.
here's what they need to
It's
do.
partially
If-
live action.
If they're gonna do that, they need to have them two show up. They need to roll in just like in Desperado when his two boys came in for the final gunfight. Those two dudes need to show up just like that. One of them carrying a guitar case because he had that guitar, and the other one just rolling in with that hat.
Yeah.
Man, that would be so gangster.
that boy
That
forward.
would be the best thing
Yeah.
ever.
Try to remember this after the show.
I will always remember this because those are my
No,
two favorite characters.
After the
Okay, well,
after the show.
fair enough.
I want to say it on the air.
Oh, okay. All right,
fair enough.
Just try to remember this.
Yeah,
All right, so,
damn.
all right, so cool. No, you'll probably be in on it. Don't get mad. All right, so the next cartoon that we're going to play is one of the weirdest shit
Yeah,
I've
just
ever.
nobody say nothing.
I'm not
Let's
gonna say
just
nothing.
Let,
Don't
just
talk.
Let it
just
speak for itself.
Just let it play.
Oh my
Fuck is that?
They made a cartoon around
Yo,
I mean, dog, I'm telling you, I have no words for this shit. All
Here's my
What?
Here's my issue.
right, switch back.
Let's- yeah, let's stop.
Wait,
Let's
did you just see all that's going on? First off, you got a horse and carriage. Then you got the kid wearing a freaking like football jersey.
Right.
I was like,
What time period
It's like,
is this
where's
supposed
the
to
horse?
be?
Right.
Right. Like where the horse and carriage come from?
listen,
Like
if I see a dude's fucking face pop up on a Rubik's Cube and smile at me,
First off, he looked like Baby Yoda.
Yes.
That was the first.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. Secondly, like he said, it's like where are you delivering? Like what? Pony Express. This is like he's like they're in the point of UPS and FedEx.
So
And this dude is on Pony Express with a treasure chest that the cheapest made treasure chest ever. It fell out the back of a carriage and exploded basically.
so apparently Rubik the Magic Cube was made with Latino kids because the horse and carriage was an evil wizard who had Rubik.
Okay.
If you solved Rubik and he could grant any wish, he had magic powers.
I'm assuming
Right.
you read all this from the wiki.
I did.
Because nobody watched that show on
I did.
purpose.
No, not on purpose. No. I remember it as a kid, but I was just like, this is weird. Even as a kid, even as like a 6-year-old, 6 or 7-year-old kid, I was just like, this is weird. I don't like this show. So watching it, and then of course you got the theme song, which was sung by the boy band Menudo from back in the day.
oh really?
Yeah,
He used to-
Menudo,
are
yeah.
you
They used to have that
serious?
damn cartoon.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Menudo had our cartoons, and yeah. So Menudo did. I mean, it was
Wow.
just everything about that thing was just wrong.
but
Everything.
wait,
was just
they can put the color hue. He was booger green. What kind of color hue was that?
Well, who knows? But I mean, all I can say about that. All I can say about that is like, it's not like you had to try to sell Rubik's Cubes back then.
No, you didn't.
People asked
Yes.
for them. People wanted
Right.
those things. They had the Rubik's Cube. You had the Rubik's Pyramid. You
Like,
had the Rubik's Rings. You had like
for
all
real.
of those different things. So it's just like, y'all don't need a cartoon to pimp this. Like,
real.
just put them on the shelves. They will
Bro,
disappear.
somebody made a
asked for
sticker
this?
of it.
Somebody made a sticker with Rubik's face.
It's just with the face. But I was looking it up to see if they made a toy.
Nightmare
just because,
fuel.
like, they just have a Rubik's Cube toy with the face. I haven't found one. I don't think they made one, but
You know,
that would have been
I'm
hilarious if
surprised
they
it
did.
didn't make the Pet Rock cartoon.
No.
I'm surprised
No,
it didn't make the
man.
Pet Rock.
A Pet Rock cartoon.
Wow.
did they?
There was what was
sure
that?
the-
Gobots. What was
no,
the
Gobots-
Rock Lords?
Yeah, Battle of the Rock Lords.
Yeah, the Rock Lords.
That
Yeah,
was-
there
that-
you
that
go.
movie predated Transformers the movie by 1 year.
Yeah,
Because I saw that one in theaters.
you did.
Wow.
Yeah.
You saw Gobots in the theaters?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sorry, man.
Well, yeah, whatever. I asked to go see it.
I'm sorry.
It was 85.
Okay.
And then 86, the real
It
movie
was,
came
it was
out.
over.
Right. Because here's the crazy thing. I think, if I remember correctly, they dropped the, Gobots Battle of the Rock Lords, blah, 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 whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I got back home. Like, I think I saw it on a Saturday. By the time I got home, they was advertising coming next year, next summer, 2 years in the making, Transformers movie. It's like,
Oh.
I wouldn't have even gone to see the damn Gobots if y'all would have dropped this trailer early in the morning.
Right.
I'm like, dude, oh God, I remember exactly where I was when that trailer dropped. I was like,
yeah,
man, that
man.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So I just don't understand. So in the chat, there's a lot of people like talking about some of their favorite '80s cartoons, which was great. Pac-Man was one of mine. I used to love Pac-Man as a kid. I used to love the cereal. Really, that was my deal. The cereal was just
Pac-Man
awesome.
actually had a cool theme song.
Yeah, he did.
The theme song actually was kind of cool. It was like,
did they-
it was weird though.
Did
But
they-
it worked.
I can't remember. Did they use that in Pac-Mania or that Pac-Man Land?
I don't know.
I
They
think
may
they did.
have.
I think
They
they
may
did.
have, yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, Rubik the Magic Cube. The less said, the better. I mean,
What is
but it's indicative of the '80s and the weird shit that
Bro,
they did.
Family Guy made fun of
Very
Rubik's. I
much
gotta
so.
find this
No,
episode now.
but it's just so weird because
I wish I
like
could put
Seth
that up
MacFarlane
there.
was an '80s baby too, so he remembers this shit. So
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get back to the cartoons. What was the other one? So here's one that Dido just would love to just sing along with.
And me.
Even super nerd. It's your time, baby.
Fucking great ass. One of the best cartoon theme songs to sing along to.
And a whole lot more.
Yeah, buddy.
A dinosaur. That's my shit. I ain't gonna hold
The
you. That was my
last
cartoon.
dinosaur.
Why?
He's my friend and
like,
a
what
whole
about
lot
this show could just make you be like,
I don't
okay,
know.
this is my show?
I wouldn't say it's
The
my
theme
show.
song- the theme song is
theme
catchy.
song.
The theme song is catchy.
catchy.
I will give you that. But a rock guitar playing dinosaur.
Not the duck. He did the duck walk.
Alfred,
though.
look at him.
Oh my goodness.
like,
Like,
come on, man.
They made an Alf cartoon too. He was hilarious.
I tell you.
That mug was super colorful, which is fine. I mean, it's a cartoon.
That's straight 80s.
Yeah.
though.
Here's the thing I'll give this intro. It's really animated
done.
well.
Yeah, it's well done.
It's
There-
like the animation.
there
on
was
the
some
intro.
production quality put into this.
Look at
show.
that.
Like
They,
legit.
I
but
think
you
they
know-
went above and beyond in the 80s for a lot of opening theme songs.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
mean,
did.
Yeah.
for a lot of stuff, DuckTales, this.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but like, look at the intro is actually a cool intro.
Yeah.
Because it's mixing,
Yeah.
like, the period he's supposed to be from, and then
All right,
the
switch
modern
back.
stuff. It works.
Switch back.
Now the giant sunglasses, I don't know where he got those.
All right, so the deal,
Passed off like he was fucking human and shit.
all right, so
I
out
never
of the chat,
understood the cartoon.
yeah, King Takeem was like initiating the Carlton dance, so he started dancing to that. But Mr. Rigor Mortis says the Heathcliff theme song was better than Denver.
Heathcliff was a great song, but Denver is just so freaking.
You know what?
Like-
we should definitely do a show about the best cartoon theme songs ever done or
No,
ever.
we-
ever
oh, yeah.
no, without a
Oh,
doubt. But,
yeah, we should definitely do that.
Oh,
But
for sure.
I
Heathcliff,
sing like a little baby bird.
but see, Heathcliff had that. He had the attitude.
Yeah, I
like,
just like-
Heathcliff was just. He was
Oh, yeah.
no
He didn't take
chill.
no shit.
Yeah.
Like,
No
literally,
chill.
he
That's
didn't
why I
take
like
no
Heathcliff.
shit.
Like
Another
at
character
all.
that
That
was
was
always
the
about
dog,
that
man.
action.
I like
Listen,
that.
listen,
Heathcliff was
I
straight
like
about
that,
that.
and I like that
Control.
rival gang that he like would always just kind of mess with.
Yeah.
Like the cool cat. The cool
Yeah.
cats
Right.
was just they were
Dude,
all
y'all
of them were
listen,
cool.
listen,
It was
listen,
like, dude.
Heathcliff
Cadillac
was
Cats
on
was dope.
parole. That's why he was so fucking cool. Back to the
Yo, man, I kid you not. Riff Raff was cool as fuck, dude.
Riff
And
Raff
he
was
had
that
the
dude.
baddest. He had the baddest looking cat girl out of all of them, though.
Oh, you
It's
wouldn't handle on your
No.
own
I'm
that
just
one.
saying. I'm just saying. Like
Riff
Y'all
Raff
got
was the
catfish.
hustler, G.
he has. Riff Raff was a little dude
baddest-
wearing. I don't even
baddest
know what.
feline.
What would you call that hat? It was the hat that Five will wear. Like basically, it was the same type of hat that Five wore. From
You're talking about a beret?
No, it wasn't beret.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I never really liked.
was like a
I
news-
never
it was like a
liked.
Newsboys hat.
What was the name? What was even the name of Five
But hold on.
movie?
American Tail.
I never liked that movie.
Of course you didn't.
It was.
But go back to
You didn't have a soul.
yeah, the
So I'm just kidding.
feline.
Anyway, y'all talking about all this other stuff. What about Denver? Y'all-
Cadillac
Okay,
cat.
so Denver was not my deal. Like
I just remember the
did
theme
not
song more
like
than
it.
more than the show. I remember the theme song
Agreed.
way more than the show.
Agreed.
Way more.
Agreed.
Alright, fair enough.
The theme song was really catchy, and if that's all you can remember about the show, you've done a bad job.
Wait, how many more we got left to go?
I don't remember.
Oh, bro,
I think it
Heathcliff is
there
on
was more than
Hulu?
a few-
There's
than-
5
it
more
was
to
like-
go.
I don't know if
All
there's
right,
5 more
here's
to
what
go.
we're gonna do. Here's
Right.
what we're gonna do. Let's just roll the next 5 straight through,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna write into the power is yours.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And oh my
here we
shit!
go.
Here we go. Here we go. Like everything about this show was just like, come on, man. Are you for real?
I pity the fool who let me wear leotards.
Come on, man.
But here's what I love. He had a beginning before his beginning.
Yeah.
I
Yo,
love how Terry's power guys are in.
Yeah.
Like, them
Thanks
people-
for liking the stream
stream.
there, Andre.
Oh man.
Hey,
like,
listen.
come on, dude.
they got Mr. T all wrong right now, brother. He ain't got that many chains
This
on him.
is what pissed me off the most. That right there.
Why?
That kid right there.
Okay, this little white kid was trying so hard to be Mr. T.
So?
He was oh man, it used to make me so fucking mad.
It's a multicultural show.
Dog, it used to make me so
That
mad.
would have
I'm
killed
like,
them.
Right.
And then they got that gator. That gator about to get me some Mr.
Here's the
TV.
thing, though. Mr. T used that kid as bait.
Look
Where
at
did
that
you
shit.
get the leverage to spin him like that?
Hey, he's Mr. T. Don't ask questions. Don't ask no questions. World-class gymnast and
Flying
everything.
around like Spider-Man and
Like
all.
so basically it was Mr. T and his traveling gymnast team solving mysteries and crimes across
Remember
America.
like Mike Tyson?
A
Mr.
trap?
Yeah, like Mike Tyson. We already know this is.
Oh,
This is freaking the underwater
yeah.
Smurfs.
I
Pretty
despise
much.
this show.
I hated
Yes,
the
the
show too, man.
Snorks.
I hated
the
the show,
Snorks
dude.
is about as entertaining
See,
as
I-
watching a monkey.
All right,
I
go ahead,
learned
go ahead,
about-
Fallen. See,
I
Fallen about to
learned
say he
about
loved
the
this show.
Snorks on. Nah, I ain't about to say all that. I'm just saying. I learned about the show. I learned about the show in the early 2000s when they started showing it on Cartoon Network late nights.
Oh,
and I
so
was just
you
like,
learned the
wait
perverted
a
version
minute,
of the
this
Snorks.
is legit. This is legit, just underwater Smurfs. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
I wouldn't
Except for it was
be-
more
I
females.
wouldn't be surprised if it was made by Peyo.
It's more females because, Smurfs only had one female.
Who was the villain?
Gargamel made her
yeah.
made her ugly at first.
Yeah.
Like,
Like she had
now-
like black hair and
now-
whatnot.
Black straw hair.
Yeah.
Right, now the thing with it, like
Who's
this
the
is the
villain?
second theme song. The first theme song was actually more calypso in nature, but they switched it up to this one, and this is the one that people remember the most.
All I can say is that that's a very unfortunate logo.
What, Snorks?
Yeah.
Dude, like Super Nerd was saying, like, dog, how can you like this show? Like they got this. Now, this was a dope ass intro.
Yeah, this right here, I like
This
this
is a
show.
dope ass intro.
All I can say is they were not trying to hide.
No, they weren't.
That ship is like, yeah, we're here.
The dinosaurs.
It's legit a great ass. It was legit
Music
good
is
ass.
great music too.
Yeah.
It was a good ass
Man,
show.
this 80s, the era
That's messed up though. He slipped that ring on him real
Dude,
quick.
that's,
Like,
they're the first Planeteers, man.
he slipped
They're
that
the
ring.
first- no,
He
they're
slipped
the
that ring
first
on like
Planeteers.
he's like you're indoctrinated now.
Those are the same fucking rings that Gaia gave the Planeteers, though.
What you saying there, Mark?
Does this predate? Hold on. Does this predate Captain Planet or what?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did by at least 1 year.
Yeah, more than
I
likely.
think 1 year. It predated by 1 year.
Yeah, because Captain Planet was like late 80s.
I love how the villains just came in for the
You're
photo,
right.
like,
and then
like
immediately they beat him. Like,
right.
yeah.
Just got right in the way. Like,
Captain Planet came out in the 90s, 1990.
here's the thing I don't understand.
Oh, so it was on the
Why
cusp. Okay.
the logo part a snake though?
That's what I couldn't get either. I was
Oh,
like,
now,
I was
here you
weird
go.
about that.
Yeah.
Now, come on, man. Like, everything about
Yeah,
this show
Dinosaurs was
made me
87.
mad.
Here's the weird thing. They gave him blue eyes. They
Like,
gave-
first of all, Daniel ain't that sweet.
of course not.
That's the
Of course
first
not.
thing. Daniel ain't that sweet.
That's why
As you said, there were Jackie Chan Adventures before Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Right.
I
That's why I like James. He was lame as fuck. That's why Mr. Miyagi was that guy.
Well, Mr. Miyagi was that guy in the movie.
Why is
anyway.
Lil Pan in this?
Right?
Here's the thing. The Karate Kid, like, the first movie was good. Danny was an a-hole. Second movie was really good because I like Chosen and I liked his uncle.
I like Chosen too.
Yeah, I like
his
his uncle. Yeah. Sato.
Yeah.
Those dudes was freaking gangster. Yeah. But like everybody, like third Karate Kid movie, he just getting his butt kicked because the guy that played him was not in shape for that movie.
Like, come on,
at
man.
all.
No,
You know this shit was all canon, right? It happened in between part 2 and part 3?
Probably.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Probably.
Okay.
I have a very special
Oh, gosh.
Disgusting.
This is about as weird as fucking what was that raccoon? Remember that raccoon cartoon?
Oh, the raccoons?
The raccoons?
Yeah. It was
This is
called
about as
raccoon.
weird as this shit. Fucking
Oh,
weird
no.
ass shit.
Damn.
Come on, man. Like, ugh.
Like a bunch
Like,
of
you
teriyaki.
got an infestation of little miniature
miniature, like,
Somebody
rats.
else just like the chat.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Gardner Isaiah.
I mean, come on, man. Like, this is, come on. This is like,
I would be
Little rat
I would be offended if
How the
y'all
hell
just
they be
suddenly
living
came
in
out of
my
my
vent?
vents.
great.
I'll be hella mad. Like, up to
Like,
eating your shit.
okay, here's the other
Like, I
thing.
got fucking
Here's the other
rats.
thing. You guys know that's a cold air return, right? So those vent like things are
Right.
real thin. So if they can fit in between those.
Oh, now see, this
That's
is the
an
other
issue.
one. So I was hyped when I was watching Barton Cablevision, and it said Ghostbusters getting ready to come on, and I was like, and I saw this, I was like, what the fuck is this?
But the weirdest part about it, this was
is
the original.
Yeah, I know. So the thing is, Filmation,
Let's go.
the Filmation, the animation company, actually, back in the 1970s, 1977, they made a live-action Ghostbusters show that was literally the fathers of these two kids, of these two dudes,
Yep.
and a man in a monkey suit who was supposed to be Tracy the monkey.
Yep.
That guy right there. And it's just as weird as it sounds. Like, literally,
Oh, it
it's
definitely
just as
was.
weird as it sounds.
Definitely was.
Yep,
Hey,
that's
I
why
wanna
they had to
know
call
how-
themselves the
how-
original Ghostbusters because of this right here. They had to do it was specifically when it came to the cartoon.
Yeah,
not
they
the
called
movie.
it the real. Yep.
Yeah, that's sorry, not original. The real Ghostbusters.
Like, come on.
How the hell they in public driving around with a goddamn gorilla with a
Hey,
backpack on?
hey,
Like,
it was the 80s.
was the 80s, man.
Cocaine and all
Why
kinds of
ask
ideas.
why? It was the 70s and 80s,
Right.
man.
That was that Lou, it was a Lou, I forgot his name.
Scheimer.
Lou Scheimer. Yeah, that's
Now,
it.
incidentally, this was the last show that they made before they went back.
Damn,
Well, you know.
it's probably this is when they go back.
More than
Might be it. I mean, because He-Man fell off, so He-Man and She-Ra fell off, so there was that.
Oh,
All right, so
there you go. The other R-rated movie.
So the other R-rated
Oh, here we
movie that
go.
got a
why you
cartoon,
something like that?
fucking
he tried to do that, that's why.
Rambo.
He's flexing, tying them boots, man.
It's-
You know,
it's
still
fucking
on this.
Rambo. Like you know,
Dude.
he
Also,
You
let
were-
y'all know real quick, there's no audio because this one actually has the Rambo,
the Rambo
theme song.
theme, and
so
we didn't want to
we're
get
gonna-
flagged.
Yeah, we were
We
avoiding
ain't
that.
trying to get flagged, man. So anyway, so Rambo with that fucking knife, you thought when you first saw it, he was actually gonna do something with it,
Of course not.
but no, that didn't happen.
Now here's the thing: the Rambo toys, them things were sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were.
came with all
They
sorts
were.
of accessories and just like wow.
It was like it was amazing that he wasn't on the GI Joes. He had his own separate line, you know, from GI Joe.
Well, as we had talked about a little bit last week,
Right.
He was supposed to be part of the GI Joe
The
line,
Joes, yeah.
and then they were like,
Oh, for real? I
we
know that.
can't. It's a little bit violent.
So this guy right here, Turbo, the black guy, also voiced by James Avery.
of course,
Yeah.
well,
He was up there doing a lot of voice acting.
Oh
work
yeah,
back
he
then.
was.
James Avery did a lot.
Oh,
It's
he did
just
a lot.
main one we always remember, of course, is Shredder. And
All right, so now here we go.
To the North Star.
Here we go. Quintessential
Okay.
weird
One of the
as fuck 80s cartoons.
wackiest.
Oh,
I got a little backstory about this that I read about this.
Wacky.
Turbo Kid.
Let me tell you the backstory
Turbo
about the
Teen,
show.
bruh.
Go
Go ahead, man.
Let me take. Okay, so I heard the dude who created the show. His name was Byron, and so he was about to be on his job. They about to fire his ass. So he did a whole lot of cocaine. I was like,
Oh,
I got
God.
to keep my job. Fuck it. He did a lot of cocaine and made this shit. He thought it was sweet, but it was terrible.
Like, dog, how
enough.
fucking
And he
weird
never worked
is, like,
again.
The weirdest shit about this, man, is like, okay, like Ranma One Half, if you're an anime fan, when he gets hot, he turns into a car. When he gets cold, he turns back into a human.
okay.
And it's like, okay, so we're done
here's-
now. Let's
here's-
go to the power is yours, and we,
Yeah, let's
we can
go
keep
power
on
is
talking.
yours. But here's my question.
Wow.
The power is yours!
I'm dead ass serious.
Okay, so he turns into a car,
Uh huh.
and does he still have the physical mass of the car when he's walking around?
You
Nope.
no.
I was kinda
Matter
wondering.
transfer ray. Like, so the weirdest shit, right? The weirdest shit I ever saw with Turbo Teen
Besides the car,
besides him himself, like they will always find weird ass ways to get him to transform. So one of the things that they did, like he rolled into an ice cream parlor. He's a fucking Trans Am. Rolled into an ice cream parlor, had some ice cream cartons spill on him that made him transform back to a human. They need him to transform into a car. His friend, voiced by T.K. Carter, takes him to a fucking hair salon, puts him under the hair dryer. And he transforms into a car.
So basically just property damage everywhere he goes.
Yeah, basically, right. But he never caused any real property damage.
Here's my other question. What is the...
He transformed into a car in the middle of the sea.
Turns into a car, so what is the exhaust? Like
I don't know, dog. I really don't know. It's like, and he's got a girlfriend who basically rolls around with him. But it's like, okay...
Thank you. I couldn't see that one.
Anthony Wisecup, I think.
So here's the thing.
Thanks for
right?
the like.
So the thing is, right? So you got a girlfriend. One time he transformed when she kissed him. There is no.
He got a boner.
That's heat transfer, right?
Yeah.
Like,
right?
I mean, but come on, man. Like,
hey.
You can't make out with her.
He didn't kill her.
And again, hey, the Hulk can't get the Hulk can't get busy, so neither can Turbo Team.
This is true. This is very true.
There you go.
Can you imagine being a live action show?
What?
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Not at
Well,
all.
Turbo Team is a live action show.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Rotten Tomatoes.
That would be the
versus,
worst thing known to man.
The
No.
Rotten Tomatoes show actually did a live action skit. It was called Transformers versus Turbo Team.
Oh, boy.
And it had a dude turning into a car. Of course, you remember the Robot Chicken skit about Turbo Team back in the day.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
John P.
Hand
said
of
Turbo
Omega.
Team is like trying to find
Hand of
reality.
Omega. I do have a lot of love for Mighty Orbots, but unlike a lot of other '80s cartoons, Mighty Orbots wasn't exactly weird. So I didn't really think it belonged in this list of weird cartoons that came out. It was just really futuristic.
Okay, so King to King says, I need us to discuss the only Native American lead show in the 80s, Marshall Bravestar.
Marshall Bravestar.
Here's the thing, Bravestar wasn't weird.
Bravestar wasn't weird.
Bravestar was good.
Yeah, Bravestar wasn't weird. It was good, but it wasn't weird.
You know what's weird about that? What is weird is that I heard that they wanted him to be black at first, but then the powers that be couldn't have a black lead.
That's why Mr. T was lightened up for his anniversary.
Yeah, you see how light Mr. T was?
Light as fuck, dude.
Pirates of Dark Water.
What we forgot about Chuck Norris's cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But was it weird?
I didn't forget. It was just hilarious.
We got to put it on there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I forgot
Gummy
to put it on there.
bears.
Gummy Bears was nice. I mean, there's a lot of really there was a lot of really
there's
great...
also the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon.
That was weird.
Now,
That could've
see,
been on there.
I started to put that on there because technically it's an 80s movie, but the cartoon came out in the 90s.
Yeah, same thing
So
with
I didn't-
the Toxic Crusaders.
I love that cartoon.
Toxic Crusaders.
Hand of Omega is pimping this one called
that's
Pandemonium.
crazy.
Well, shit, he's really trying to pimp
man.
biscuits. The
I
biscuits.
know.
Oh.
Yeah, what is you with the biscuits,
Oh,
man?
Mike Oliver, you a little bit
Mike
late
Oliver,
there,
you
buddy.
late. You missed it.
We talked
played
about Rubik.
Yeah.
Played some footage and talked about it, man.
Dude, you're going to have to hit the rewind so you
Hit the
can
rewind.
see that part.
And
We
next
was
week,
talking about
9
it.
p.m. start.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he might have been, at a
he
family
might have had work.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Well,
Been
I
busy.
can understand you got a cell phone, man.
Hey, maybe he was putting them pennies together to try and buy Mulan for this weekend. I don't know.
Wow,
When
this
it
guy
was-
just
I don't know.
called a man poor.
I'm just
Shame
saying.
on you.
Wow.
There was a cartoon of a married black couple superheroes. One could shrink, one could stretch, I think.
I don't know the
That
name of
one.
that one.
That would be in the back of your mind and imagination.
Right, because that would be nice to see, maybe, but yeah.
Beetlejuice. I used to like
Beetlejuice
the
was
Beetlejuice.
90s.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
90s.
very
Yeah.
90s.
Beetlejuice was 90s.
I actually
Like,
got the first season on DVD of Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice had a crazy theme song.
It did.
The dude that did
Beetlejuice
his
was
voice was doing
amazing.
a damn good job, but they had that laugh.
Oh, there it is. I found pictures of the cartoon, maybe.
What was it
This was
called?
like the 70s.
What was it called?
Probably.
I'm clicking on it to try to see. 13 black superhero cartoons paved the way for Black Panther.
Oh, come on now.
Really?
Now-
Come on.
Now y'all, see, I hate when they do that. When they write articles like that, they be trying to coattail ride right there.
I don't know. This is just a list, so this never. Oh, Micro Woman and Super Stretch.
There it is. There it is.
1978.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
70s.
not the
Okay.
80s.
Yeah, that's
so,
not the 80s.
Yeah, nobody watched that.
Hey, but
on purpose.
that's really cool that they did that, though.
It is
Yeah.
cool that they did that, but that's like saying Electric Company paved the way for Black Panther. 'Cause
Yeah.
Morgan
Or
Freeman
paved the
did
way
it.
for Spider-Man to be on live action. Like,
Yeah,
come on, man.
it's
Really?
like just,
Maybe Brave Star was a little weird, buddy.
Was it, though?
Brave Star was cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brave Star was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool,
vaguely
but like
remember
you talking about a bodybuilding 7-foot tall horse.
I understand that. That's again, that goes back to having a strange animal friend.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as weird as like Rubik.
So
Rubik
no,
was just
not at
goofy.
all.
So now, some people are bringing up some cartoons that we didn't talk about that might have fallen in the weird category. Brian May Schneidenwind said Jason the Wheel Warrior.
Yeah, Jason.
I
the Wheel
wouldn't say it was
that was
weird.
It's
I wouldn't
weird.
say it was weird. No, it wasn't weird. It had a fantasy, alien setting. So I can't really call it
Oh,
weird.
and humanoids.
What about freaking Galaxy High? What you call
Galaxy
it?
High, I
Wolverine
started to put on
Solid
there. I started to put Galaxy High on there. The world,
And,
Super Globetrotters. That was a weird fucking cartoon.
That was
But that
70s
was,
though, wasn't
but
it?
that was 70s, I think. I think
That was
that was
70s and
on
80s.
Yeah,
They
that
showed up on
was.
Scooby Doo,
I
so that was
mean,
definitely 70s.
I know for me,
Tiger Sharks.
Tiger
and
Sharks
Wolverine.
was just freaking,
yeah.
gosh, Thundercats with fish.
Yeah.
And they weren't all fish. One of them was a goddamn porpoise.
Well, of
He
course.
wasn't even a shark. He got that porpoise and an octopus.
Right.
He had an octopus head.
Yeah.
All I,
Face
can
of
say,
Tiger
all I
Shark.
can say is after Thundercats lost, the parents got mad about that. Silverhawks and Tiger Sharks and all them tried to come in and swoop in.
It
Like,
sure did.
Yep. Oh, now
What were they
Centurions
mad
was
about,
cool.
though?
Parents groups is always mad about something.
Why? I don't
Probably the
understand.
sorcery. Probably the sorcery.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right.
Ancient spirits of evil.
Yeah. You're probably right.
transformed us to
Mumra back in the day pissing people off. I get it.
Mumra was
Okay.
that deep. Man, see, now here's the thing. If they do live action Thundercats, they gonna need my
Oh
man.
yeah, Pandemonium. I saw that. I was
Yeah.
gonna put that on there.
Here's who should be Mumra if they ever do a live action Thundercats movie. Y'all remember dude in the first Iron Man movie that was the leader of the 10 Rings?
Oh yeah.
That dude should be Mumra.
Yeah.
He would be a freaking cool ass Mumra,
yeah.
dude.
I like him.
And it's do the Emperor makeup on him for the mummy
He was
form or
also
whatever.
Captain of the Kelvin in that
yeah.
Star Trek movie.
Yeah, for like all of 10 seconds.
All of 10
And then
seconds, right.
Slice, like,
Right.
dude. He was like, are you familiar with Ambassador Spock? He's like, I am not familiar with it. He's like, click, boom, kill. I was like, damn, Nero's an a-hole.
Thought
you know.
a video was just
Look, man,
weird.
Andre Cole Johnson, Little Clowns of Happy Town. What the fuck is
That
that?
sounds
remember that.
familiar.
No, I remember
Yes.
that. I don't remember when it came out, but I do remember that.
The Little Clowns of Happy Town.
Yeah, look
the fuck.
Yeah,
dude?
pull that one up.
That
Right.
sounds
Now here's the
creepy.
thing. I remember Care Bears.
Yo,
Everybody
everybody
remembers
does,
Care Bears.
yeah.
I remember
But-
the dumbass. I hate clowns. And no, not afraid of clowns. I hate clowns.
Right.
The reason why I hate clowns when I was a kid is because they put makeup on their face. And I hated things that put makeup on their face for whatever reason. Because my mom tried to put makeup on my face for Halloween. And that shit pissed me off. So that's why I hate clowns.
King to King, yes, Punky Brewster
Well,
did
damn.
get a cartoon.
So, wait, so you
Yeah,
hate
I
that?
remember
And
that.
with a
No, I don't hate the
alien like little furry cute creature too.
Again,
and so
animal sidekick.
yeah, animal sidekick.
Because-
Wasn't there a fucking clown that didn't talk and he always like honked his nose or some
Probably.
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than
Oh,
likely.
Mike
God.
Oliver,
Oh,
we did
God,
not,
the
we
Wuzzles.
did not talk about the Wuzzles.
No.
We didn't talk about the Popples
Isn't it
either.
the Wuzzles Disney?
I don't remember.
There's like
They
I
might have
said,
been. They might
there's
have
certain
been, but I don't
cartoons that I just heard of but didn't care. Like did not care.
Remember when Fonz and friends hooked up with a time traveling chicken or UFO? Kinda. I do kind of remember. The Fonz from Happy Days.
Fonz had his own cartoon.
He had his own
Yeah, he
cartoon.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been really weird. Like, why
Zoobly
you-
Zoo. Oh my goodness.
No.
That was in a
please,
cartoon,
stop
though.
it, no.
Going back now.
That
Alf
shit
Tales.
live action.
Alf Tales was interesting because it was totally different than the Alf series. It took place back on his home planet.
yeah.
So that was kind of
Trying to eat cats.
yeah. That was actually kind of cool.
Killer clowns from outer space.
This is why I hate clowns.
I like that movie,
Hold
though.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Have any of you guys ever watched Paw Paws?
I remember.
Pawpaws.
Yes, I remember
it, but
Pawpaws.
No,
I didn't
watch
watch
it.
it.
This intro is
Wasn't
killing
that the
me.
same? Wasn't that the same era that the Monchi-Cheese came out?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
She was dumb.
Super Ted. I remember Super Ted.
Super Ted. Yep,
Holy shit, Wuzzles is not on Disney Plus, but it is a Disney thing.
I thought so.
They
Okay.
probably erased it from their memory.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to.
Only had 13 episodes. That's probably
Okay,
why they
that's
don't
probably
care.
why.
But
They're like,
I'm just
whatever.
saying, like, some of these shows, how in the hell did they ever get on air? Like, what? Like, first of all, we know concepts are wacky. They always throw shit at the wall, to see what sticks and see what might work, what might not. How the fuck did Turbo Teen ever get greenlit?
Again,
because like I said,
like he said, dude,
Okay.
get some coke.
yeah,
Brought it over today. Was like, hey, this might work.
Yeah.
So, again, The 80s was about selling toys.
I get it.
Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Knight Rider too, which was they were trying to pattern it after Knight Rider.
Teen Wolf.
You talking about Turbo Teen?
Well.
Yeah, Turbo Teen. Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah, that's
My
yeah.
Pet Monster. I forgot about My Pet
God,
Monster.
Pound Puppies.
Apparently as
I
well
remember
was a
Pound
cartoon.
Pound Puppies was a depressing
Pound Puppies-
cartoon.
It
How
wasn't
so?
that depressing.
I want to hear this, John P. How was Pound Puppies a depressing cartoon? I want to hear this. I really do.
Me too.
I want to hear this. So please explain. My Pet Monster. I remember that.
Yeah, I think that was that the 90s
so-
though?
No, that was
the
80s.
80s.
No, that was
I
80s.
remember the toy.
Yeah.
I do remember the freaking toy.
Fucking Teddy Ruxpin had a cartoon.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, you sure did.
I had one of those. That was my shit.
My cousin had a Teddy Ruxpin.
But
I
I
never
mean,
had one.
the main thing about any of these is every single
Squadcast was
cartoon.
90s.
Yeah, just about every single one you guys bring up had a toy.
Yeah.
Almost every single one of them.
Sell the toys.
Right, that was the point.
That law changed in the 80s with Ronald Reagan, and they were allowed to make half-hour
Coleman show.
advertisements.
I forgot about that.
As long as they had some kind of
PSA.
yeah, as long as they had that in there. That's
Yep.
why G.I. Joe had.
That's why Mr. T had the live action segments
Yep.
afterwards.
All I can say is
Yep.
G.I. Joe is still the king of the PSA.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Period.
no question.
Love it.
Nobody,
nobody can touch them.
beats them because
Nobody
He-Man
can touch
had
them.
them, but they weren't as cool as the G.I. Joe was.
No.
Because the G.I. Joe ones
You know
didn't make
what?
no damn sense.
Transformers had them too, but they weren't even nearly as
Yeah.
cool.
No. Here's what I liked about Transformers. Transformers, after a while, I was like, F that.
Right.
We're going to tell you something about the lore of the show.
Right.
That's what made Transformers so gangster. Like, after the movie, it was like,
Fuck it.
all right,
We don't
skip
care
on the
shit.
PSA.
You're right,
It was
come on
like,
this
it was
PSA
like,
shit.
it was like,
We just killed our leader.
Right.
We don't want to hear it all.
It was like, we're going to tell you about the history of the
Right.
we're going to tell you about the history of the Decepticon cassettes.
Right.
I was like, damn. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Laser tag.
So-
They had a tune for
We-
laser tag.
we-
So obviously King Takeem is looking up on Google a lot of
Which is
ones that-
cool.
which
Hey.
is very
So
helpful.
we mentioned.
Now, here's the thing.
We
Laser
did
tag was
mention
my shit.
earlier that the Fonz had a cartoon, right?
Yes, sir. What year?
So apparently, let me see. I think I saw it. It was from 1980 to 81.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
So
wow.
on top of that, apparently, Laverne and Shirley also had a cartoon.
They did.
From 81 to 82.
with Lenny and Swiggy.
I remember that HBO Encyclopedia show. That damn song used to play in my look it up, in, look it up, side, look it up, clo, look it up. It was like encyclopedia.
Now, Double Dragon, I don't remember if that was a 80s cartoon.
Double Dragon was 90.
That was the 90s.
that
That
was
was,
90s.
totally 90s. Because I used to watch it for whatever reason. It was
Oh, yeah.
nothing like
yeah,
the game.
the Shadow Falls.
Yeah, but I still enjoy watching.
Now here's the thing: they came out with a game for that one though.
Yeah, Double Dragon 5.
Yeah, Double Dragon 5. was
Fighting
like-
game.
Yep.
And it came out on the Jaguar.
Super
Black
Mario
Oliver,
Brothers
with,
Super Show.
No, Jim and the Holograms obviously was not a weird show. It
Nah.
was just
Super
Banana
Mario
Man.
Brothers was in the
What about
90s.
Banana
yeah.
Man, because
the only thing weird about Super
was
Mario
brought
Brothers
up.
Super Show was the damn live action segments. I'm sorry.
Well, Lou Albano and that other dude.
Yeah,
you know.
man. I'm sorry. That was the only weird
They had
thing
Inspector
about that damn
Gadget
show.
came on the show. They
Yeah.
had all sorts of weird guests. and
Did they
stuff.
really? I like completely blanked out. Whenever the live action segments came out, I just didn't care.
Hey.
The only thing I cared about was Zelda on Fridays. That's
Super
all I
Mario
cared
Super
about.
Show is 89, so it's just.
Yeah, just made it.
And they said, yeah, because it was September 4 to December 1 of 1989. So it skirted in.
right. Like, skirt.
Yeah.
okay, the animation for Banana Man is so weird looking.
Banana Man was the other one.
Wow.
Now there's more than a few.
Foofer. Okay,
no.
Gerald's asking about Foofer.
No,
I don't know about a foofer.
We did not mention
Thanks,
Foofer. I don't
Kwame,
remember
for
that.
putting
I
that
mean,
in my head.
even though I don't think we considered it super weird, but I wouldn't put in that show on here.
The name is just weird.
I don't even know
Yeah,
what the
I
fuck a
wouldn't put
foofer
that on
is.
here.
Foofer.
So here's the deal, right? So damn, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, now I remember foofer.
I lost my train of thought. Fuck. I lost my train of thought. I can't believe it. I'm gonna have to think of it again.
It's all right. Courageous Cat.
yeah.
Space Ghost came out, I believe. Space Ghost is probably 70s.
Yeah.
I thought it
Bigfoot
was like
muscle
70s
machine.
and 60s.
So Lamont
Yeah,
Howard
Bigfoot.
on EJOBN said that Jim, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Inhumanoids were all in the same universe, tied together by a Hispanic news broadcaster.
Really now?
What?
Possible.
I kind of want to hear that explanation though.
It's possible.
John P, I'm still waiting on you. By the way, to explain. I'm still waiting on you, John P. Like, where's your explanation at?
And-
I need to hear it.
And also earlier, Kwame did bring up Teen Wolf and
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about.
and
Banana
Gary
Man.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary
right,
Coleman.
Coleman had a
Gary
show.
Coleman
That's
show.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Guardian Angel.
So the thing,
Forgot about
like,
that
there was
one.
more than a couple of UK animated shows that I kind of wanted to put on here that deserved to be on here. Count Duckula was weird.
Count Duckula was good.
It was weird, but it had a dope ass theme song. It really did.
Well, Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse was really cool.
Mouse, yeah.
But Banana Man, I was just like,
Banana
what the
That-
hell?
I'm looking at the intro. That has such a weird animation style, dude.
Well,
Like, it's so-
That's how they did. That's how they did it in the UK.
Yeah, UK was different, but like,
Yeah.
but Danger Mouse was that deal.
Danger Mouse was cool.
Penfold,
Yep.
Baron Silas Greenback, like all the
Duckula
characters.
was actually a villain on Danger Mouse at first.
Which
He was-
one?
Yeah, Duckula is a spinoff of Danger Mouse. Yeah,
Yep.
because he was a villain on that show. But yeah,
Wait,
no.
Count Duckula was?
Yeah, that's where he started.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought Count Duckula was Daffy Duck when I was a kid.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah, some of those UK shows were a trip though.
They were. They really were, man. I mean, they were.
Oh, well,
just-
some of the ones that I've seen, like I forget what show that was or whatever, but it's some like I don't think it's Watership Down, but it's like some animal show that they have up there where it's like really graphic, but it's a kid show. And it's like I can't think of what the name of it was or whatever, but like it had some of the weirdest shit that happened. I'm gonna have to look it up so I can find the name.
So,
fairly
John
certain
P's
that it
explanation.
is.
John P's explanation. The first episode of Power Puppies. Bright Eyes was unable to be adopted at adoption day. That's super depressing. What's depressing about that? I mean,
It's teaching the kids about lowered expectations.
yes. I mean, what's depressing about that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Again,
I don't
he
get it.
might have been younger, so maybe it was
Okay, maybe it was
traumatizing.
traumatic because he wanted a dog.
Yeah.
He wanted to adopt Bright Eyes. And he couldn't do it.
Could be. California Raisins, I remember that.
Oh
cartoon.
my God! Yes, I started to put that in here too.
Yeah,
I'm glad I
Okay.
did. But
again,
yeah.
it was but the fact that the California, it was like an advertisement got a cartoon to sell its
Oh,
toys.
I know what he's
Right.
talking about. King Takeem is asking, and this is right up your alley, super nerd. What was that
What's
Captain
that?
N rip off? Had Bigfoot as a character and one of the guys from Narc.
Yeah.
That was video power. my
Video
friend.
power,
That
yeah.
was video power.
That the tomato from some game that I never played.
Killer
Killer
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Let's kill
No,
tomatoes.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
Oh, no,
It's
no.
not
He-
Killer
no,
Tomatoes.
it
was
no.
a game where you push boxes.
Yeah, the tomatoes name was the name of the game. I don't remember.
It wasn't Killer Tomato.
Again, it was
I'm
it
gonna
was
look that
it
up.
was because one of the Wizards and Warriors guys was on the show too.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of
Different video games. They were all
no, I think they were all under one company though. One company owned all those characters.
Yeah.
Because it was whoever made Narc made the Bigfoot game. I think made Wizards and Warriors. What was it? Epics or something like that. I forgot which company it was, but
it was Keywork.
Oh, yep. Because
Quirk.
so they had as characters, they had Max Force, policeman from Narc. Kuros, the knight from Wizards and Warriors. Tyrone, the basketball player from Arch Rivals.
Big Lob makes his
Quirk.
move.
Quirk, a tomato from the
Acclaim.
game from the same name, and Bigfoot, a monster truck that had its own video game. That was
Yeah.
the Power Team.
I think they were all like
All
published from Acclaim.
Yep, they're all from Acclaim.
Yeah.
Which are they even in business anymore?
No. Well, I don't know. The main enemy of each episode was
Nope.
mostly Mr. Big and his thugs. Joe Rockhead and Dr. Spike Rush from Narc. Outside of the crime factor, Mal Kill from Wizards and Warriors sometimes appeared. Okay.
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 2004 they
Andre brought
died.
up Mask, and of course Mask was.
It wasn't weird.
It wasn't weird, but it was
It wasn't
great.
weird. It was a great show though. It was not weird.
What show you talking about?
Mask.
Mask, man.
I heard they were
And
supposed to
Cops-
be making
Cops
a
too.
live action.
Cops
of
too.
Mask.
I don't think they'll ever get around to doing that. Unfortunately,
And Cops was in the 80s.
Cops was really good.
A really good show.
Black dude in charge.
Oh man, BP Vest. That was my man.
Hey, that show was fucked up.
So
Of course you say that. Why would you say that, man?
I mean, they had the most. They was some dirty motherfuckers in that show. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They did some dirty foul shit in that show.
that was the point.
That was the whole point.
Like it was future
I know
crime.
that, but as a kid,
Again, it
Fighting
was
crime in
It,
the
it,
future.
it essentially was doing RoboCop like stuff in a cartoon. Because one of my favorite episodes though was them Speed Suits episodes. The Speed Suits episode was probably.
faintly remember that.
How do you not remember the Speed
No, I said
Suits?
I can't faintly remember that.
Man,
I do.
that episode was classic. Classic.
So, we could always get Simon Says in here. He could rattle off all the
Yeah, he
cops'
can.
names.
I still have the DVDs of that one.
Beverly Hills Teens was not a weird show. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, though, was kind of a
That was
weird
90s.
show.
It's Back to the Future,
That was
80s or 90s.
Oh,
Back to the Future, the cartoon probably would have been 80. No,
No,
90.
probably
it would have been
about the
90s.
Same
Because
day.
it came out. I think it came out
After 3.
Yeah, it came out after the
When the
third
hell
one.
when did 3 come out?
Remember,
Came
the
out
first
like
one came out in
94.
85.
The second one was 1989.
Yep, and then the other one was back
the
to
other one was
that.
like
That was one of the first, not the first, but that was
1990.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
were filmed back to back.
Yeah.
Literally, like so they just brought them out like
Somebody else was talking about Camp. Oh, Andre Cole Johnson talking about Camp
Camp
Candy.
Candy.
Isn't that also the 90s?
Probably, but I remember
Nope.
the theme song.
Yeah.
That was
Everything
kinda
came out
It
interesting.
was
89.
late 80s. It was late 80s.
Camp Candy
89,
was
then it came out to
1988.
91.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
Either 88 or 89, one of the two.
Wish Kid.
89.
Yeah, it was 89.
Which kid came out 90s?
Yep. Which Kid was 90s? That was
What about Little Rosie?
Oh, for
Roseanne had her own cartoon.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Wow.
I forgot
wonder when the heck
all
that
about
came out.
that. Holy shit, dude.
Lil.
Oh,
Rosie.
yo, dude, Wolverine Solid X over here talking about City Guys and California Dreams, my friend.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. California Dream. That's my shit.
Yeah,
I remember
he
that.
love that
Some
show,
guys,
man.
I see why you can't see why these guys, the new guys, smart and
stop.
streetwise,
Please
city
stop.
guys.
Come on, man.
Huh?
Stop.
I used to watch City Guys too, though.
I remember Sectors.
I don't remember much
I don't
about
remember
it, but I
Sectors.
did watch it.
I still have some Sectors toys actually.
Oh, Little Rosie came out in 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You know what? Here's a show that actually no, that was in the 90s too, and so I couldn't put it out.
What?
Hammerman.
Hammerman was in it.
Yeah, a lot of those are.
Oh, yeah,
Kid
and
and
the Kid
Play.
Play.
Yeah, Kid
Kid
and Play and
Play,
Hammerman. All
yeah,
those came out in
Hammerman
the
was
90s.
90s.
Dude,
Yep.
you know what's funny about the Kid and Play cartoons? That
What's that?
had some of the worst audio mixing I've ever heard in a cartoon.
That's
For a
unfortunate.
Dude,
cartoon about a pair of rappers, man.
Right.
Come
That's
on.
unfortunate.
It's like
Hey, they
it's
didn't
like
even voice
between
their own
the
character.
voicing and like the background stuff or whatever. Like the audio mixing was awful, dude.
Yeah.
Like
They said the only reason they didn't do it, the only reason they did the show was because the Jackson 5 had their own cartoon.
they did.
Centurions.
They did. I
Adventure of
remember
Little
watching
Koala.
that when I was a kid too.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah, I
remember
remember
Vince
that.
Little
I
Koala. I think
remember
that
that
used to
from,
come on Nickelodeon.
It
Are
did.
you thinking of Noozles though?
No, that was the other one because Noozles had the pink and the blue one.
Wasn't Noozles like fucking depressing or something like it near the end?
I don't really
think it
remember
was
too
or something
much.
like
No,
that.
that was David the Gnome you're thinking about.
David the Gnome was
Yeah, David the Gnome.
David the Gnome was depressing at the end. Yeah, it was.
Tom Bosley.
Yeah. So all right, so cameras up, everybody. We've had a lot of fun going down memory lane with these wacky cartoons. Obviously, you all have also enjoyed the ride because it's going fire in the chat. Now, see, Hannah Mega brings up Godzilla and Gazuki, and I started to think about, was that 1980 or 1979? I can't remember. If it was one of those two, that was one of the reasons why I didn't put it in, because having a Godzilla cartoon with his kid Gazuki, like, really?
Atsuki.
Gazuki?
That was
somebody else
late
just found-
70s.
somebody else
That
just
was-
like, thank
that
you,
was late
Andre.
70s.
But
Yeah,
no,
Godzilla was late 70s.
I was never into Godzilla like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Like I didn't care.
For whatever reason,
love
Godzilla
Godzilla.
just. I know a lot of people like
It
Godzilla, but
ended in 1980.
I try to watch movies. They don't. He shows up, destroys stuff. Humans, what are we gonna do? And then, like,
Nothing.
he eventually goes away.
No, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
He's a
you
fo-
can't
he's,
do
He's
anything.
a force of
So-
nature. You cannot
and
stop
that's
him.
why I don't understand
Yeah.
the movies.
You
It's
cannot
just
stop
like,
him, man.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Don't
The
disrespect
American-
Ghidorah. That's my guy.
Then the American Godzilla got destroyed by a couple missiles
Yeah,
because a couple missiles.
he's just a big ass.
Oh, that
lizard.
movie was such a disappointment.
Lizard,
I was so hurt. As a Godzilla fan, I was so hurt by
And
that
the worst
movie.
part is the marketing for that movie was really good.
Yeah, it was
like
good.
they were playing up how
It was.
big that he was
Right.
going to be and all that.
They
and then
never
you finally-
showed him.
Yeah, then you finally see it, and it's just like he's a
lizard.
Like,
Right.
like what the hell? He's a mutated lizard.
You know what?
Like,
You know what's
for
so
real.
bad, right? So the actual Godzilla the animated series that they made based off
I
that
remember
movie
that.
was actually pretty good.
They
It was
tried.
actually pretty good.
After the Sci-Fi Wire did did you know like type series where it did like the history of that
Uh-huh.
show,
Yeah,
and it was a lot of backstory, but it was really good. Like I like the show. I remember
the
watching.
show was good. The movie
It
was
had
not.
the same animation as Men in Black and
Yep.
Jumanji.
No,
Yeah.
Men in
Same
Black
art.
was another good cartoon.
It was.
obviously
Yep.
90s, but that
Yep.
that cartoon was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. So all right, so we did the 80s. We'll probably need to find a reason to do the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll have to do the 90s.
But
at
don't
some
forget,
point, too.
though, I mean, just to foreshadow a couple weeks into the future, Turtles is getting an entire show.
Indeed, indeed it is.
Entire
That wasn't that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, you're right. In a couple of weeks, actually, we're gonna be harkening back to the history and just an appreciation show of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which came out in the 80s. There's a book that we all are going to get our hands on called The Last Ronin. I think it's been eagerly anticipated because it's been shrouded in mystery. Who exactly is the last surviving turtle and what's going on in this book? I think it's piquing everybody's interest.
I want it to be Raphael.
Yeah,
He's the best turtle.
You know, and see, that's too easy. I don't think it's going to be Raph at all.
It probably won't be Mike.
It probably be Mike.
Needs him to grow up for a damn change.
Exactly. So,
Raph is better.
So that's in a couple of weeks. Next week, we got maybe some special. We will have to get back to you on exactly what's going to be going on. So if you do want to know what's going on next week for Culture Junkies Live, make sure you follow us right here on Facebook, culturejunkies.com or culturejunkies.net, or please head over to our YouTube and watch our brand new videos. In fact, GQ released a nice review of The Invisible Man 4K Blu-ray yesterday. Which actually is a very underappreciated movie. I think it was actually really, really good. I liked it a lot.
It was good.
I was really good.
Didn't make as much money as it could at the box office.
Well, sure.
It was the pandemic.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was
on demand was all that powerful.
That was so unfortunate what happened. I mean, Universal was just snake bit with that whole monster universe that they're trying to build. Man, they just completely snake bit. Anyway,
which I love Universal monsters, but it's true.
Yeah.
But things and bad
changing.
So anyway, and bad decision making was his downfall. So
yeah. So anyway, y'all. So please, if you did enjoy, if you would love to support the Culture Junkies, please, if you would consider going over to patreon.com/culturejunkies and sign up for one of our 3 tiers. It's as low as $1, and we would really appreciate your support. I want to say, and later this month, also, you should come back and watch when we do our Fandom retrospective, because that's going to be going on in a few weeks as well. But I want to thank all of my guests for being on the show with me today. My good friends, GQ, the Great Datakuji, Fallen Marvel, and Super Nerd Plus. Sir. I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week.
Peace, everybody.
Good evening. Good night.
So what's Umbrella Academy Season 2? Dope.
Umbrella
Just
Academy
finished it.
Pretty good. Yeah.